Hello and welcome back to another Creeves and Ducko Valorant guide. I'm Creeves here, and today I'm going to be going through some essential Omen techs for the map split. These are going to be, but not limited to, some one-way smokes which are extremely useful for netting you easy kills, some teleports that can really confuse the enemy, and depending on your rank, offer some great chances for kills. I really hope any of these spots are useful, and we did spend a long time finding these, especially some of the one-way smokes, so if they are helpful in your games, please let us know and drop a comment on what you might want to see next, as well as a like. But without much further ado, let's hop into the main guide. First, there's a one-way Omen smoke for defending mid. You're going to want to basically stand in mid before the barriers come down and try and line this up beforehand. You want to get a perfect position just so the green arrow and the little black marker is on this ledge here, this wooden ledge around attacker mid. And you're going to want to fiddle around with this a bit as seen in the video until it's perfect. And this will give you a perfect one-way smoke to easily take out any attackers. This smoke gives you the perfect angle to shoot attackers' legs, especially at this angle where they have to really commit and push out before you're at risk. This next one is a one-way smoke for ramps. Now this is a little hard to line up, so I'd recommend giving it some practice, but stand right in this corner near these boxes so your back's right up against the wall on top of the plant pot. Aim just as this little metal bar on that little grey bit reaches the wall. You're going to want to aim right there and go around halfway distance. You can use the indicator on your minimap to help you line this up exactly, but you're going to want to go about halfway distance and fiddle around with your crosshair a little bit. Now this will be exactly where you want it. Again, about halfway distance, you're going to fire this off and this will really help your entire team to push A. It will give you full coverage of ramps and they won't be able to see you unless they really push out there, allowing you A for an easy kill or at the very least easy control of ramps and then the rest of A heaven and sight. I'd recommend learning this one. This next one's going to be a one-way smoke for defending heaven. So you're going to want to carefully position this just as a little green arrow will spawn on this ledge. It will take a bit of messing around and a bit of movement of your character. You don't want the entire black thing there. You can just see a faded outline through the wall. If the entire black thing's there, that will basically mean that it will drift down to the floor and it won't actually cover it properly. You're going to want to, as seen in the video, just a little bit of it should be showing as seen there. And then once you release that, that'll be a perfect little one-way smoke that will allow you to basically stop any attackers pushing up and taking control of mid. This is really nice. This next smoke isn't actually a one-way, but it'll allow you to smoke all of heaven and easily push into the B bomb site. You're going to want to go right into this corner on split and aim, as you can see, you're going to mainly use the mini-map for this. You want the kind of circle that shows where your smoke's going to be going, just lined up with the edge there. You're going to look up enough so that the green arrow is clearly on a higher ground, and then position it just so the edge of the smoke is touching the side there. That will expand to cover the whole of heaven, completely stopping any attackers from being able to kill you as you walk in and allowing your team to freely take control of site. Before we start this teleport section, I quickly want to preface it with a few notes and observations. Now, I think teleport's a really interesting ability because it really scales with what rank you're at. At lower ranks, people don't often hear the sound cue or associate it with where you're going, and so it can net you some really easy kills as they come around the corner and really help you improve your Omen gameplay up to a certain point. Now, at the point where you get to a higher rank, where they will hear it and they will realise that, you know, you're on the left, you're on the right of a wall, whatever. It's more important here, almost as kind of a decoy, say, in CSGO. It creates fear, and it stops them from freely pushing in because it gives them more angles to check. They're expecting you to be there, and with that you can kind of bait them out, act as a bait when your other member of your team, perhaps in the party, can easily clear up some kills. So it's quite an interesting ability in that kind of dynamic. But let's hop into the actual first teleport. Now this one's going to be useful as a defender, kind of covering the exit of garage on split B. Now this can be used either going from the boxes to the low ground or from the low ground to the boxes, and essentially what you'll want to do is you want to show you're on either side, either by sending a paranoia through or maybe even just doing a wall bang or even peeking, and what this will mean is the attackers will totally suspect you on that side, and then you can use the teleport to go to the others. Worst case scenario, they hear it, but you've still got quite an advantageous position, especially with a shotgun, and can easily trade a kill. And then the best case scenario, they do not realise, they come round the corner guns blazing for one side, they pre-fire it, they look that way, and actually you're on the other one, and you can easily get multiple kills. I've pulled this off many times in games, and I'd really recommend this teleport in particular. This next one in B Garage, but instead for an attacker, is really useful for completely minimising the risk from heaven, as seen in the video. You know, normally you might want to peek out and try and, you know, see if you can get a pick there, but you're at a massive disadvantage, and also you're at worry from that corner. This one, you only really have to worry about defenders that might be on site, ignoring those in heaven, because it completely skips it. It might be common sense, but a lot of you may not realise that, you know, you could just easily teleport that gap, which means there's not as much need for a Sage to be with you, pushing with a wall up, for example, or even a Phoenix. And then what you can do is you're behind the enemies and you can easily get a nice little pick on them, those that are watching heaven. The next teleport is useful for defending mid, as it allows you, even in higher rank games, to have a pretty no risk way of controlling the enemy's movements, preventing them from freely rotating to A by holding ropes, because you can basically peek here, let them know you're there, cause some fear, and then simply teleport to heaven. This means A, they're worried that people can peek from both sides, and so they have more to focus on, and also stops them from freely choosing, oh, let's just not go B, let's go A this time through ropes. So it's actually a really nice teleport. It can also be used for a low risk way of rotating from B to A, meaning you can stack more on B than A. Teleport over here without the risk of someone possibly being watching mid, preventing rotates, and easily go and help your teammates out on ramp and A heaven. The next little teleport play is definitely one for lower ranks. It's not going to be reliable at all in any of the higher ranks where people have a decent enough hearing. This one, you're going to use both teleports to easily flank behind and gain heaven control of A. This can really help a full team A push, and it could have a chance, it could backfire, they could hear you and take you out, but it could also pay off big, allowing you to flank the defenders at ramp, take them out, and freely take the A site with little risk for the rest of your team. The next thing is actually a bit of a bonus, is a bit of a blind. So at this point of A, you're going to want to position yourself here, and this will basically work really well if you've got a teammate to combo with, as they can easily push out once you're blinded. Stand at the middle of this kind of box of pebbles and look up until you reach this line as seen in the video. Now what you want to do is you want to call out that you've just blinded to your teammates, and they can push freely from ramp or from this corner and often net you a very easy combo kill. So guys, these are all the Omen tips and tricks we are going to be showing you today. We think they're extremely useful for the map split, especially in the ranked mode, and can be used at all ranks depending on how you want to apply them. Before I do end, I'd like to say a massive thank you for watching. I really hope these tips do help you out, and also I would like to see you in the next video. Remember to subscribe. Without much further ado, this has been Creeves, and see you in the next one.